store here between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
This is taken just shy of the 10, and he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd and 9, Mills. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A first down throw for Mills. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mills to throw it. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And the Jags will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go. Still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Swift. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. This defense for the Jags, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And they'll try to throw here. Mills. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. To throw is Prescott. Setting up the screen, Harris. Touchdown, Jaguars! Najee Harris with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mills. That's complete to Mooney. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 11. To throw, Mills.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Now Mills. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw is Mills. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing, Mills.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Gibson.
And the Jags will take over here just shy of the 30.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape. The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
46.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
The Jaguars at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Here's Prescott. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt. Fielded at the 20. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. 5 yards remain on second down. Here's Mills. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Davante Adams from 19 yards away. And the Texans are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. On 1st and 10, Prescott. It's caught left side by Cooks. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. That swung out wide to Harris.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there. Prescott now. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
To the air again, Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Tyus Bowser blowing that play up.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
A big play that time through the air. And even 70 yards. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will do it for this first half. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaws. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now Prescott. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
So that potentially a turning point here in this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
From the end zone, here comes Eskridge.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Back to it after the pick 6. Prescott.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Harris going to get it again on second down. And he powers his way up past the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Prescott. It's brought in by Harris. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. They'll go. It's Gaskin. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
From the shotgun, it's Mills.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Jaguars force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Last time out, Charles, they opted to go for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, but the defense held strong, and they hold on to this slim lead.
And how about as the defense ran off the field, how about the greeting they got from their teammates on the sideline? They kept that narrow lead by their nice play. Now, let's pay it off.
This is intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick.
And the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He hits Adams complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. On 1st and 10, Mills. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Cameron Curl. And the Jags force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he's got room. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
47.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott.
He'll swing this out wide to Gaskin.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run again with Harris. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Fourth down, Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Swift. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now Mills. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Here's Mills.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Throwing here, Prescott. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now Prescott. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half. But the first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Jaguars, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.
Told my boys, it ain't no limit. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limit. Put your head